What is the JMMB 7.35 preference share and why do I keep talking about it? Stay tuned to this video. Welcome future millionaires, Demetress Fairman here, and today we're just going to go into the classroom. I'm going to teach you today. We're going to talk about the JMMB 7.35% preference share, and we're just going to take a deep dive and analyze it. Hopefully by the end of this session, you will understand and you'll be able to show one of your investor friends what is hot. So now we'll just jump straight into it. JMMB released two preference shares. They released the 7.35% share and they also released the 7.15% preference share. Now you may ask, what's the difference between these two? Well, the 7.35 preference share was released for the JMMB clients, but the 7.15 was released for the general public. And both of these were at $3 per share. However, it was 1.5 billion shares that were issued for the 7.35% and 500 million for the 7.15%. Both preference shares have a maturity timeline and they mature within 7 years. Lesson number 1. Let's talk about what are preference shares. And according to Investopedia, preference shares, more commonly referred to as preferred stock, are shares of companies' stock with dividends that are paid out to shareholders before common stock dividends are issued. If the company enters bankruptcy, then preferred stockholders are entitled to be paid from company assets before common stockholders. Most preference shares have a fixed dividend, while common stocks generally do not. Preferred stockholders also typically do not hold any voting rights, but common shareholders usually do. Lesson number 2. What happens if you own preferred shares in a company that goes bankrupt? Well, if a company goes bankrupt, then security holders in that company will have claim to the company's assets. However, the order in which those security holders will get claim or receive their assets is dependent on what was signed in the agreement. For instance, with preference shares, then those stockholders will receive their assets before the common stockholder. But just because you're a preference shareholder doesn't mean that you're always on the top of the list, because then you'll have bonds, corporate bonds, debentures. It just depends on where you fall when it comes to a fixed income stock. Alright, so after every lesson, we always have to do some key takeaways or some key points, because we have to know so now understand the thing. So point number 1, as a preference shareholder, you will get your dividends before a common stockholder. And then you will ask the question, who are common stockholders? Well, you see the normal stock them want to buy on the stock market. The stocks that we talk about every week, those are normal stocks. They're commonly called ordinary stocks, common stocks, or we just call them normal stocks. And with those, you have the right to vote. You also have the right to receive dividends. However, your dividends aren't fixed. Point number 2, this preference share, the one for 7.35% and also the 7.15%, reaches a maturity date of 7 years, which is 2028. Point number 3 is that preference shares are for investors who are risk averse. And what we mean by risk averse is that people who want a low risk investment, people who can bother with a high take, basically the opposite of people who invest in Bitcoin. And by having these preference shares, they are also callable. And what we mean by callable is that you can sell them and you can buy them at any time. People generally mix up the preference share with the bonds. However, this is a major difference. With bonds, once you have them for 10 years, you have to have them for the 10 years. You can't touch your money, you can't see your money, you can't do nothing with your money. You have to wait until the 10 years is finished. However, with these preference shares, you can buy and sell them until the maturity date. As we said in the intro, this JMMB preference share has two pools. It has the 7.35% and it also has the 7.15%. And as discussed, we know that the 7.35% is for JMMB clients and the 7.15% is for the general pool. So anybody in the comments, just comment down below if when you are on your platform, not the moneyline platform, but when you're on your platform, maybe the NCB, Go IPO platform, look if you can see the preference share, the 7.351 in your queue, and if you can purchase. Just let me know down below so other people can get answers to them questions. So I know I don't want to get into the juicy detail. I don't want to get into the part of how does this preference share make me make money. What is the dividend policy? Never fear, the handy dandy laptop is here. When they released the prospectus, this is what they basically said when they mentioned their dividend policy. Assuming the 7.35% fixed rate Jamaican dollar preference share are issued on March 19, 2021, the first dividend payment on the 7.35% fixed Jamaican dollar preference shares will become due and payable on April 19, 2021. Thereafter, dividends will be due and payable monthly on the 19th of each month, or if such day falls on any other day than a business day, then on the prior business day at the agreed rate as herein defined until maturity on March 19, 2028. So then basically I say is that every month you are going to get your dividend payout. And generally, if you did it from the beginning when I bought mine, you're going to get it on the 19th of every month unless they choose to change it in writing, and they meaning the issuer, which is JMMB. So I know most I want to learn the same way how me learn. And I know a scenario to the thing because I don't want to know that if you invest this amount of money, this is what you're supposed to get every month. So I can just run a little scenario here, and Johnny have $1 million and Johnny wants somewhere to put his money, and Johnny watches the videos and he knew that a regular savings account won't give him the return that he needs on his $1 million. So Johnny hear about this offer of the 7.35 preference share that has been issued. So Johnny go to the bank, Johnny buy the preference share, and Johnny basically have $1 million now locked up in this preference share. Johnny is going to get 7.35% per annum, but how much is he going to get every month? So we could just do the percentage now. So 7.35 expressed as a percentage is 0.0735. Now if you divide this 0.0735 by 12, then you will get a figure of 0.006125%, and this is what he's going to get every month. So if you want a dollar figure now, all you have to do is multiply 1 million, which is his initial investment, so it's $1 million, times 0.006125. That will give him a monthly dividend of $6,125. Now if we do this for the year, Johnny will have $73,500 in dividends each year on his initial investment of $1 million. Dimi and Johnny have the same plan, but I intend to compound this effect over the years. So if you want to see how I plan to do that, just click the card and watch the video. Comment spotlight, comment spotlight, comment spotlight. You know I go every week already. We always have a comment spotlight, and this week we're going to give a major big up to Makeup with H Pets. I don't know if I pronounce that like heps. I can't really call words properly. It's not my forte. But she said, this is so encouraging and I love your content, Demetress. I'm a new subscriber and trust me, you have made investing and stocks so much clearer. Why, thank you. I live to please. I'm definitely going to open my IPO accounts tomorrow and start investing thanks to you. No procrastination. Keep up that good work. Yo, comments, tough. Comments, bad. I'm a hope you actually open the account and don't procrastinate. However, I do not give financial advice on this channel. I just show my life, show my investment journey, and hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and my ups and downs. But I'm glad that it is beneficial and you guys can see what not to do and maybe what to bring to your advisor and let them tell you what you should do. So the next question is, what is maturity and what happens when the preference share gets to maturity? Maturity means that done. Maturity means that this offer no longer exists. So to put it clearer, you won't get that 7.35% annually anymore. So when I was watching Kalila Reynolds' program, it was Taking Stock, she was speaking to some representatives from JMMB. And the gentleman basically said that whenever maturity date reaches, you are going to get back your initial investment, or they will issue stocks or shares to equivalent to the amount that you invested. He then sums it up, you have to get back your money. So that is what's going to happen after maturity. You will get back your money. They'll basically issue new shares to pay for the existing shares. But if you want to watch that full interview where Kalila spoke to two representatives from JMMB, yo, why me can't say JMMB? Like every time I talk JMMB. But anyways, if you want to see a full interview with Kalila and the two gentlemen from JMMB, then the link will be down below in the bio. Description. Another on Instagram. Description. But I will continue to use this preference share until the maturity date because it's a low risk investment. It won't be some big gigantic swings where you make 200% on your money. However, I see it as a high yield saving account, and I'm slowly but surely beating the inflation rate. But if you want to see me implement this preference share in my millionaire plan, then you can just click this video right here because there's nothing better to do. That's the best thing you'll do today. Click that video. I'm waiting. Don't break my heart. Watch it. Tell me how it go. Like it. Big up yourself.